Welcome to the it's funny because I'm new at this group is and I love it, but welcome to the Relationship Reset Network. And almost said be awesome because I am talking to Lori Phillips, who is the founder of the Be Awesome Network with over 24,000 members. I am super proud of you. I remember when you first started in my first interview with you. So, Lori, tell us, where you're from and what is your mission for this awesome group?
Well, thank you, Martha. I feel a real connection to you. Obviously, we talk about this a lot, but you were one of, I remember exactly where I was when I was interviewing you. It was in Venice, Florida. I was on my journey of kind of touring the beaches of Florida. And my mission and vision for the Be Awesome Network has always been just to bring together people who want to either, number one, inspire others, or number two, be inspired by other people, and just a group of people who really want to live their best life. And I don't know anyone who doesn't want to do that, but there are, as you know, there are people who just want to be more intentional about that. So I wanted to kind of create a space where people could come to get encouragement, inspiration, be told they're awesome, because that's my message, is that everyone is awesome. Everyone is individual, unique, created for a purpose, and none of us can be fill that space or that gap for anyone else. So yeah, that's my message, I guess.
That's awesome. And then you, in connection with the group, mission accomplished, by the way, because I remember when you first interviewed me where I was in my life and I needed encouragement because I was just starting a podcast and I was kind of freaking out. But the word awesome, when you tell someone you're awesome, what you're doing to their, you know, um, what you're doing to their mental health, I would say, is amazing. And then you have a connection to that, which is called the winner circle. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, thank you. I this was not in my mind when I started. I knew that, honestly, I knew that I had gone through a really hard time before I started the Be Awesome Network, and I started taking care of myself, and like you said, mental health. I just didn't realize that I was putting so much pressure on myself through life, and I had a really serious crash and had to kind of recover. And so once I started kind of taking care of myself and listening to what I needed, I launched the Be Awesome Network, and it was so fun at first, and then I it was growing so fast, and I thought, well, I want other people to speak in to this network as well. I want to have leaders on my team who can come and give value, and you're one of those people, Martha.
Yeah.
You broadcast your podcast into the network every single Monday, faithfully at 8 a.m. Central. And you're a real part of the community. And I just love bringing other people's voices, not only bringing people on myself, but having them bring other people. And so it just creates this community of a chance for people to meet other awesome people. And I mean, you know i I'm only limited to the people that I know, and so bring other winner circle members in to bring their friends, and then their friends, and then their friends. And yeah, it's I never even realized it when it was happening, but it's kind of become a movement, which I'm so happy about.
Yes, it has. And then you have another added bonus to it. Tell us about that, which is the Be Awesome Network Hub.
Yes, yeah. So after interviewing, I was really aggressive the first year, just interviewing almost 10 times a week, just bringing people in, highlighting, interviewing. And now I've kind of cut back a little bit because I'm seeing a real need for entrepreneurs that need help with tech. So when I say tech, it's really all technology, as far as as when you launch your business, you have to, it's really hard. If you're, especially if you're trying to do it all on your own, you have to have, a website, a business card, a logo, email campaigns. And if you think about all the things that you have to do, it becomes very overwhelming. And so I found, after interviewing over 350 entrepreneurs, that there's always something that's kind of hanging them up as far as technology or marketing or, camera presence or whatever it is. It's hanging them up and kind of stopping them from taking that next step. And so I created the Be Awesome Support Hub, because I've spent my whole life kind of learning all of the marketing, graphic design, website design, email campaigns, and I've kept in that world. So I've kind of created this knowledge base, which I didn't realize I even had until I started talking to people who didn't know. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wait, you don't know that? So that's another thing that I really love, is supporting entrepreneurs, like one-on-one and group, so that we can kind of workshop together. What do you need? And I bring on experts, if I don't know the answer, to train us in, those kind of things. So I have a podcaster coming on in April, and it's towards the end of the month, and he's going to teach us all about, how to start a podcast, and how to get over that hump. I'm not an expert there, but I do have those 350 interviews, and it's kind of like a podcast. So I'm going to be learning from him too. Like, how can I take this content that I've gathered and use it not only on YouTube, but also in a podcast? So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too because I'm part of that hub as well.
Yeah.
And I tell you that the Winner Circle has really allowed me to branch out in the area of entrepreneurship, because I learned how to do a lot of tech things from you.
Mhm.
And I love how you bring on experts to help with that, with helping others learn how to do the tech work themselves.
Yeah.
And I've learned what, you know, Riverside and, different apps that you can use to actually enhance your business. So I truly thank you for that. I want you to tell the audience how important is community when
Mm.
it comes to relationships.
Yeah, I think you do a beautiful job of expressing the importance of relationships. Almost every time we meet or we broadcast together, you are always bringing such wisdom to the table. And when I look back at my career, and even just some of those personality tests that you take and the strengths tests that you take, I really get filled up when I can connect with someone and not only help them or have them help me, but also share, my vulnerabilities and the places where I'm not so secure. And I know that that is where people connect most, is when you're sharing your heart and you're sharing what, you might feel insecure about. It's not, I don't connect with people who look perfect or act like they're perfect. I connect more with people who are real, and I think that's one of the biggest things that I love about the Be Awesome Network too, is that when I meet people where they're at, they come on and we do the interview. They're themselves, like true and true, and I just get to sit and watch them, shine. And then afterwards, I always connect. I always say, "Hey, how can I help you?" Or I really enjoyed that. I loved it when you said this, and this. And so I think it's an important part of life that we sometimes get too busy for. So I love the fact that it's kind of built into my life, and I take it and carry it out into other areas as well, the yoga studio and those kind of things. So I think that's probably why I enjoy the support hub and the winner circle too, because we've formed these bonds, and we're collaborating and getting ideas from each other. And we have an opportunity to come together and support one another in the unique journeys that we each have as entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and it is like a family because we come together and we can be vulnerable and learn from each other. That's what I love most about being in Winner Circle and the Support Hub and being part of the Be Awesome Network is because it is like family. It's because the leader has stepped up, like yourself,
Mm.
and made and opened up a space for that, a space where you feel safe, a space where you feel heard and seen. And I honestly thank you for that because it has branched off into other people opening their groups. It's so amazing how all the connections are, going, like you said, it's a movement. And so I truly thank you for that. And I would definitely put all your links in the video so that people can know how to reach you and how to, if you're an entrepreneur and want to learn how to do tech stuff, I would definitely recommend joining the Winner's Circle and or reaching out to Lori and let her know what your needs are, and she'll know exactly where to put you. And so, Lori, thank you for taking out the time to speak to my audience about relationships. And this is relationship with others because she's part of a community, and I'm sure it started with God and self. And so, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you.
Oh, well, I love being in this community as well. So when you said you were launching this, I was like, I want to be a part. I want, you said you needed people to interview. I was like, I would love to just share and kind of speak to your audience because like I said before, you have a whole nother set of people than I do. And I love the fact that, we can do this together.
I appreciate that. Love it. Love the community, love the camaraderie, and love it. So, thank you so much for coming on. And to my audience, please look for the links, and I will definitely put them in so that you can reach out to her. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you guys for watching and listening. And thanks for spending your time with us because that's an important part of your life. So I love that you were here.